Bonsoir. Today is week two, day one, and I'm trying to remember what came up in my morning pages today. Uh, it was actually a continuation of week one, just clarifying. There's like a few themes that are going on in the moment, at the moment, in my life, around. Um, I'm energetically consolidating where I've been in the past. I want to say in the past 4 years, right? And I haven't articulated it as well as I'm about to now. Also, I feel like I've stepped away from it, and I'm able to have like an overview of it. But I'm energetically consolidating the growth, the changes, because the past 4 years I've had like lots of like big changes, moving cities, um, getting into relationship, getting out of relationship, um, growth in career, almost like expanding my career into like different areas. Um, Same career, but just like extensions and offering my services in a different way. Um, Working with corporate, learning from being in corporate, starting a new business, and so there's been a lot of shift that I didn't have enough time to process. Because it was just one thing after another, and I often I didn't know how to rest. Like I didn't know how to slow down because it felt like if I do, then I'm gonna lose momentum. And towards the end of 2025, I experienced a burnout. I didn't know what it was. I was just unmotivated. I was tired. I was a mess. But I only say this knowing that I'm on the other side of it, where I can tell what was happening in hindsight. Um, but I think for the first time in my life, probably, I was able to just exhale, and I felt safe enough in my body, one, to be able to feel what I needed to feel, to be able to. I wanted to say give myself the permission to, but I don't think I had the option. My nervous system was just, it was shot. It was just, there was no other way of continuing the way I was. And I remember in one of the I don't want to call it a low point, but let's use that. One of the lowest points, um, it was so clear that if it's not this, if we don't get you, and we as in life, and the energies that I kind of move with and collaborate with through this life experience, if we don't get you to stop this way, you're gonna fall ill, and it's gonna be illness that's gonna have to kind of slow you down and make you stop and pay attention and do the internal work that you need to do. So I'm at a point now where there's forward movement. I'm leaving the holding room. I'm leaving the green room, and kind of re-entering back into onto the stage, right? Um, and part of me doing my artist way this way, where I am giving myself one permission to be vulnerable, but also it's like there's this whole exposure therapy element to it. um, but it's really less about that. Hey, it's less about that. It's because I know that I'll be able to I don't know, like 5 years, 3 years from now, be able to come back to it and be able to, in a different way, where it's not the same way where it's stuff that I wrote. I can come back and be able to see just how I've transformed and how I've changed. I mean, I've been doing this for a week, and already within the week that I've been doing the work, I'm able to see how how I develop and how I continue to improve just as a human being. Forget, let alone the work, because that is a given. If I take care of the vessel, it is just a natural order of things that the work that I produce and how I show up in the world will be a reflection of what happens internally. So I'm finding that is a recurring theme of consolidating, getting into detail with things that I may have missed over the past year, and just as I come back into I come back into myself. I'm back in myself. So, but embody more of that energy. Like the other day, I was saying, I was feeling so much gratitude that I felt like a part of me feeling it was me just kind of stretching my capacity to be able to hold gratitude. But it's not only limited to the gratitude, it's limited to everything that I ask for from the Creator, from my ancestors, from my guides and my angels. Because if I'm not able to contain what I ask for, what I pray for, then there's a bit of resistance and dissonance that is created. So I feel like that's how the rest of the week is gonna go, and I don't know how long how long it'll carry. And when I was starting today's session and this week's kind of chapter, the quote that stood out for me was that there's a line that says, "The Creator has gifted us with creativity. Our gift back is the use of it, our use of it, rather." And part of my prayer is, and that's why I came back to doing the artist way so soon, because I finished it like when 2 days, no, not 2 days ago, like a few weeks ago, a few months ago, a few months being 2 months. Was like, I'm at a point where I want to be in constant communication with the Creator, with the divine, with love, with light, with the powers that be. I don't. It has to be a constant communication. I want the channel to always remain open. And one of the ways that I figured would help me to do that is to continue to do the internal work, to continue to show up for the things that I know nourish me, moving my body, walking every day, being creative, being kind, and the artist way is one of the tools that I use to it helps me stay in alignment, but there's a system that I can follow to just kind of, it helps me get to the root of who I am. And so I continue to become curious about everything that happens in here, that happens. First we start with the heart, that happens in the heart, and just be able to create like a grounding space. And one of the first themes that also came through was the importance of just creating a sacred circle around my recovery. The people that I know that I can trust, as one steps back into life, because it literally does feel like a re-emergence back into life. I did that, I'm gonna say about a month ago, where it was like, okay, I'm back, going back to gym, going back to my old routines, and I found that I had to pull back because I have changed so much that Most of the relationships that I had are not different. I'm viewing them at a different in a different lens. I mean, the people are there, but also in a good way where people I was able to see just how loved I am, how much love I have in my life, and how much light um, I have in my life where people were I could feel people praying for me. I could literally feel people praying for me. I could feel people sending me their thoughts and well wishes, and even if they didn't like physically reach out or text or call, I knew that I'm held in love, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. So I needed to just kind of ease myself back into things and move more intentionally, and also just how I spend my energy. Um, I needed to also be cognizant of that and spend it more intentionally. So um, and I liked there's a part that said there's also like a quote that said your own healing is the greatest message of hope to others. My favorite people in life are people that show up as themselves, like people that are just able to be brave and be vulnerable and um, unfiltered, man. Unfiltered. I think of like my Tracy Ellis Ross is one of my absolute favorite human beings, because every single time I engage with anything Tracy does, any interview that she's so herself. And I know that there are parts of herself, obviously, that she keeps for herself. Um, Oprah is one of the people that I learned so much from. Um, Dr. Angelou Maya Angelou, whose words are the foundation of my creative career. I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. Changed the trajectory of my life and my artistic practice. And and there's so many other people, people on the internet whose names I don't remember, but whose words continue to influence how I move every day. So very often I think, whenever I'm overthinking sharing my work and like sitting in front of the camera, I often feel like I used to, because I'm not doing it now, but before I started doing it, I used to feel like this is life is one big mosaic, and I'm intentionally choosing to withhold one piece that's supposed to be part of the mosaic. Not everyone's gonna agree with what we say, what we do, and who we are, and that's irrelevant. That those are not our people. Those are not our people. The people that I'm meant to, the people that are supposed to, will connect with whatever we do. So, in reading this, I remembered that I'm able to stand where I'm standing. I'm able to sit where I'm sitting because of the people that were selfless with their wisdom, the people that were able to open their hearts and say, "Hey, this is what I learned." Um, like Oprah says, everything gets better when you share it, um, and it's true, it's true. So I that's one of the things that were on my mind the whole day. Like I was thinking about it, and I think I was also just acknowledging the fact that I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing, because it's something that I'd been thinking about, and I just it's like, should I, shouldn't I? But I'm doing the thing. Um, and then I'm going to. So I started doing the tasks for week 2. I'm still like in the beginning, so I've only done 3, and week 2 has quite a big. It's like 10 tasks. The first one is like a daily affirmation reading, and another one is like an audit of where my time goes. And then the third one, which I'm actually excited about, is a list of 20 things um, that I enjoy doing. Um, so I'm looking forward to reconnecting with that, because a few days ago I was having a conversation with my friend Liseko around just remembering how to have fun, like remembering, because we've been laughing and life has just been forcing us to encouraging us to to lock in that fun became a luxury, and now that the dust has settled, it's time to remember how to live again and how to have fun, because that is also part of healing. That is also part of, you know, serving, devoting ourselves to the divine. We're meant to feel good. Life is supposed to feel good. Life is supposed to be good, and we just need to give ourselves permission to enjoy it, and do it more intentionally, and not just limited to, because I've enjoyed my life. Because as I was saying that, I was like, oh, but you enjoy it. You like take walks along the promenade. I'm like, more than that, you know. There's more to that, like the sense of adventure and exhilaration, um, and sometimes enjoyment is just, or the fun is in resting, and taking a whole day off, and switching, disconnecting, and doing absolutely nothing. So I'm excited for the rest of week 2. I wanted to see what actually the theme is for week 2. But I'm excited to see. Oh yeah, it's recovering a sense of safety. So it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Okay. Keep well until we connect again. Ciao.